again. We're back at Otto's Shrunken Head, and it is BoBBy April as the Who of the day, all the way from far and wide Connecticut.
It took days to get here.
Really?
Yes.
Did you take a horse and buggy?
I left the last day of June. You know.
Oh wow, that's a very slow horse. Wow. Today, though, is National Hot Fudge Sundae Day. And wait till you see how we concocted some amazing way to create your own sundae. Because isn't that what kids like to do? They like to make their own. So you might be the first if you share a skeleton. Otherwise,
you're going to add nuts?
You'll see. It's not that fancy.
Okay.
It's as best I can do.
All right.
But today is a really interesting day. There's so many things on this day. I was blown away. But yes, one thing that is a standout thing of this day, it is the day that John Lydon formed the rock group Public Image Limited. PIL started on this day in history. Yeah. This is not a love song. I had like 12 versions of that song. I used to listen to it all the time.
John Wobble, actually.
Okay. All right. I love Johnny Rotten. I actually wrote in a paper in college that I married him. I know. But I just got a news flash that Miley Cyrus is at Pat Fields right now. So we should all go run over there and yeah. You think that's exciting news? You don't like that news?
You can only imagine what she's wearing.
I like Miley Cyrus. She's cute. She's shopping in the right stores, at least. At least she's trying. She's doing her best. She was at the Electric Room the other night. I got the 411 on that, and she doesn't have to be 21. Why is that? Why does she not have to be 21 to go into clubs?
Just her name. She get her in.
She gets in, right?
Yeah.
And it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Well, have fun, Miley. Don't do it all, because you still have a lot of years ahead of you. Other things on this day. Rocker Rick Danko. Do you know who he was?
Yeah.
You remember? He was suspended. He got a suspended sentence in Japan for drug smuggling on this day. I like that guy.
Yeah, that goes back.
Not only did he drug smuggle, but he got his sentence suspended. That's one smart rock star. I like it.
Sounds like he knew he was going to get caught.
Quarterback Brett Favre,
yes.
Another very interesting character, re-signs with the Green Bay Packers on this day for $50 million for 7 years. Now, what is wrong with this picture?
What do you mean? With the numbers too low?
$50 million for... Wait, 50 is a big number right now, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that averages out to what? 7
Isn't it your birthday weekend and you're turning 50?
Oh,
don't you think you should be getting $50 million for that? I mean, that's a pretty impressive thing to be in this day and age, right? I mean, Brett Favre. I love Brett Favre. He's just such a...
Yeah, he just disowned his connection with the Packers. He
well, not only...
Yeah, he's not a Packer anymore.
Well, because look what happened. I mean, you think they wanted him back?
Well, no, in terms of his post-career, that and he remembered as a great Green Bay Packer.
If he ever got in the Hall of Fame, how do you think he'd go in? Naked? Wasn't he sexting with people? Wasn't that Brett Favre?
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
Yes, he was when he was with the Jets, right?
Yeah, he's funny. What else? Oh, it's another day. The Pittsburgh Steelers guard Terry Long was treated for an apparent suicide attempt on this day. These football people, you think they're all big and tough, but they're just like everybody else, right?
Yeah.
You think?
Said something to do with testing positive for steroid use, too, so...
Yes, that's what happened,
when
right?
When they get tested positive, they think their life is over.
Yes. That's pretty terrible, don't
you think?
Yes,
it is.
That's really messed up, because they're all taking steroids. And then you get caught, and then you want to commit suicide. That's messed up. But you don't think they're all taking?
You know some of the crazy things that happen when you take steroids.
What happened?
Things get bigger, things get smaller.
Ah, that's funny. Have you ever taken steroids?
No, I have not. No. I talked to a couple of women who dated men who took steroids, and I explained to her that situation of some things get bigger, some things get smaller.
That's
she goes,
funny.
Oh, really? That's why.
Oh!
So,
that's funny. Yeah. That's really funny. Today in history, it is the day that George Harrison pays £1 million tax on his Bangladesh concert and album. If he paid $1 million in tax, what do you think he made on that?
Oh, that was a losing event, I remember.
Bangladesh?
Yeah, I thought it was at the time.
That album was like one of the best albums
I
ever.
know, but at the time, the concert, before the album was released, he lost money. Just like Peter Gabriel.
No, he
lost
paid it
money.
in tax. So does that mean that he made all that money and it was $1 million in tax? No? I don't know. I'd like to think that because I love George Harrison. And it's the first performance ever of Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, and it was at the Fillmore East in New York City. Yeah, the Fillmore East. Then that turned into the Saint. You remember the Saint? And then it turned into a bank. Now it's a freaking bank, the Fillmore East. Yeah, I know. I only went as the Saint. It is the day, this is crazy, it's the day that Edward Kennedy pleads guilty to leaving the scene of an accident a week after the Chappaquiddick car accident that killed Mary Jo. She is with us today. Good old Mary Jo. Oh my God, could you imagine being her?
No.
Oh.
I can't imagine.
I met Edward Kennedy once on the street.
Yeah.
I was excited because it was Edward Kennedy, and I went over to him. I was in Washington, D.C., and I just said, "Do you know where the post office is?" And he looks at me and he said, "No." I know. He said no, and he was with like an intern or somebody. He said, "I know where it is," and the little fat guy like told me. I didn't really want the post office. I just didn't even know what to say.
You got to say something.
He did say something. He said no. I know, Edward Kennedy. It's Brian Jones's final performance as a Rolling Stone. I'm telling you, this day it's crazy.
Tomorrow's just going to be nothing.
I don't care about tomorrow. It's only today. Today's the day that Eric Clapton recorded guitar tracks for George Harrison, While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Same date, different years as his other. Mao Zedong swam the Yangtze River on this day. Is the Yangtze like their Hudson River?
Yes.
That's what I think, right?
Yeah.
It's their Hudson River.
Polluted.
Good old Mao.
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic on there.
Yeah, I don't think it hurt Mao at all. This is crazy. Bob Dylan was booed off the Newport Folk Festival for using an electric guitar on this day, and that's when folk rock began.
And I just heard Pete Seeger tried to take a hatchet to the electric cord.
Oh, man! And so then...
So there was very anti...
So folk music became folk rock music on this day.
Wow.
Classic day. Good old Bob Dylan. It didn't stop him from becoming Bob Dylan.
No.
No, not at all. It's the day that the Supremes released You Can't Hurry Love. Oh, I love those girls. I love them. I know. Beyonce played a good
How's that
Diana
song
Ross
go?
in
How's
that
song
movie.
go?
Can't hurry love, no, you
Just have to wait.
See,
No,
love will come easy.
It's a game of
Give
give
and
and
take.
take.
Oh, isn't it now? Oh man, that give and take of love. How long do you think love lasts?
3 minutes.
Oh, it lasts a little.
3
longer.
minutes?
Oh, that's not love.
My
that's
mother said it
lust.
can go for 3 years. She said.
3 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I've met people in love for 50 years.
In love or like comfortable love?
Yeah.
Wow. In love, period.
You think?
Habit.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what I mean? Like
Comfortable
habit.
love?
Yeah. Habit.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll call it comfortable.
You know, Beatles' Hard Day's Night album goes #1 and stays #1 for 14 weeks on this day. Those Beatles, man. You can't take anything from the Beatles, whether you like them or not. Today is the day that the Republican convention nominated Nixon as their presidential candidate, and it's the day Mitt Romney goes to the Olympics. It's like, go figure, right?
No, Mitt Romney's in what, in London now?
Yeah, he's there for the Olympics.
Yeah, maybe you should stay out of the country.
I don't know. I haven't really met anyone that really likes him, but he's a trip. New York City Transit fare rises from 10 cents to 15 cents on this day, and it was the first use of subway tokens ever. They don't even have tokens anymore.
No.
That's a...
Do you have any tokens? Did you keep any?
I might. I'd have to look.
Oh.
The first bikini is shown at a Paris fashion show on this day.
Wow.
Yes. One of the best inventions ever. Right?
Yeah, right? Yeah, the first bikini.
What year?
It was 1946.
Wow.
which is pretty weird. Wouldn't you think it would be from further older, more olden? But if you do look at old movies, they're wearing those funny bathing suits, right? Yeah, exactly. I mean, Gidget wore those bikinis, but that was like the 50s already, right? Today is the day, this is really weird to me, that the U.S. Air Force, Navy, War Department, and Army were all created this day in history.
Really?
What a day! Can you believe this day?
Yeah.
It just
that's
keeps going. July
post-World War II.
25th.
Post-World
Yeah,
War II.
1947. Yeah, you knew that? So what
Yeah,
did we have
after the
before
war.
that? What were they called? Just military?
Yeah, during World War II, I mean, they didn't have titles on the different departments.
It was
That's
all the
cabinet.
same.
Those are cabinet
Right.
positions.
Yeah. And that's a lot of this list. I think that's pretty much. Carol O'Connor was found not guilty of slandering Harry, how do you say that? Persigian? That's pretty weird. But Autumn Jackson was found guilty of trying to extort $40 million from Bill Cosby as his son. Remember that?
From Bill Cosby.
Yeah. That was crazy. He was saying, you know, I don't know why this is, what do you think of these poor Jacksons? This Jackson family, it's insanity.
Yeah, I was reading about that and how the kids told Janet, it's our house, get the hell out of here.
I don't know, but it's havoc over there. Michael, you gotta start pulling some strings. Or maybe Michael's doing
all
it.
about money.
It's all about, of course it's all about money. Maybe Michael's saying, ha ha, I don't know, but I hope they work it out because nobody likes a big mess. But it is the day that the Concorde jet crashed outside of Paris after taking off, killing 113 passengers. That to me is like a modern day Titanic.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it reminded me of. I always wanted to go on the Concorde, but maybe not. And I don't think they do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
All right, birthdays on this day, besides your birthday celebration.
Yes.
I'm sure you never heard of her, but Louise Joy Brown. She was the world's first test tube baby. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Louise.
Happy
It's,
birthday.
How old is she?
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't care.
1977.
That's when she was born? Look at this, we have a smart audience. Hi, Trevor Perez, the U.S. metal guitarist. In the band Obituary, The End, Complete. Did you ever hear of him?
Yep.
You did? Really? You heard of it? Yeah, you would. You love metal. She's like a metal girl. She's like, I went to a headbanging concert with her the other night. She's like in the front, like doing the whole thing. Like she's like a metalhead.
Ross, who actually went in the pit, so I didn't.
It was hilarious. It's Matt LeBlanc's birthday. Mr. Joey on Friends. Ileana Douglas's birthday. You gotta give it up to her, man. I like that lady. She's awesome. Thurston Moore's birthday. Last night I saw Wilco and the defunct Sonic Youth band. Someone who was in Sonic Youth was the opener. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Roger Clinton, President Bill's half brother. It's his birthday today.
Which half is that?
I don't know which half it is. The steroid half or the other half. I'm not sure. Who else? Peggy Fleming's birthday is today. She was always a wholesome Olympiad.
Yeah.
And Jim McCarty, the rock drummer for the Yardbirds, his birthday today. Did you like the Yardbirds?
Yeah.
For your love.
Yeah, the animals too.
Yeah, and Angels in the room. We love celebrating the Angels. John Schlesinger, the director of Midnight Cowboy, died on this day. That movie was some impressive movie.
It's a great movie.
Charlie Rich is an angel in the room today. We love Charlie Rich. Vincent Minnelli, major angel. Without him, there'd be no Liza.
Yeah.
Not only, he did so many movies. Oh my gosh, he did so many. And Montgomery Clift is an angel on this day. So I think we're covered.
Montgomery Clift and Elizabeth Taylor.
Sherman Hemsley.
Yeah.
Oh, Sherman Hemsley too.
Chad Everett died today.
Chad Everett, Doctor.
Yeah, the show. He died today.
What? Oh my God, Chad Everett. Wait, what's Doctor?
Emergency or
Medical Center.
Okay.
What was his name?
Yeah.
Doctor.
He's dead.
Chad Everett. All right, you're the angel right here. Thanks.
George Jefferson yesterday.
Yeah.
George Jefferson?
Yeah, Sherman Hemsley.
yesterday.
I don't watch the news, you know. I have to get my news
It's on
here.
Facebook.
Wow. So anyway, I used to sing about this song because you came to the show when we were uptown, right?
Yeah.
I used to always say when I moved to Otto's, we're moving on down to the east side. And on that note, we'll be back with more fun on today's very impressive day of ReW WhO. Woo!
To my